These other academics, students of engineering, good morning. I think it's good morning. Mine is not to welcome you to the engineering faculty. Mine is to guarantee you that anytime we go for any academic competition, I guarantee you that economics department will defeat you. Not only economics department, but the Faculty of Arts and Social Sciences. We don't only have one faculty. We have other faculties in the university. Engineering is one of them. Engineering is good. But anytime we have competition, you guys, it. You know what happened in the last competition. We had debates, competition between faculties. We have football competitions between faculties. Anytime you guys meet Faculty of Art and Social Science, we'll be out there waiting for you. But what I'm here to do, apart from welcoming you to the university, is to wish you well with the new challenge at hand. Because being in the university for the first time is not to congratulate you, but to wish you well in one of the biggest challenges in your life so far. But I'm also here to remind you of the most important thing you need throughout your stay in Nile University. For you to excel in this university, you need one important organ in your body. That is an important vehicle you need to excel. And that organ is your brain. It is with your brain you excel in academics, in everything you do. Professor Adeshina graduated when I was 1 year old. Imagine that. It was the functions of his brain. If your brain is tough, you will excel easily. But if your brain is not tough, it's not strong, you will make it. And that's why I'm here to give you two news. One is the bad news and the one is the good news. Let's start with the bad news. The bad news is that the powers of your brains are locked. You can use them. You cannot use the powers of your brain because the powers of your brain are built not to be used automatically. That's the bad news. The good news is that you can unlock those powers in your brain. But where are the keys? With which key will you open or unlock the powers of your brain? If you can unlock the powers of your brain, you become genius. You have first class. You excel. You learn faster. You understand. You process better. You don't have to suffer even when you're studying or you're trying to remember concepts because you've already unlocked those powers of your brain. But now, I want to give you some secrets. And there's no better time for you to learn these secrets than now, because you use these secrets to excel throughout your 5-year study in Nile University. With these secrets, you become the genius you've never imagined to be. And this is where I want you to bring out your notes, your phones, and take notes, because this is the first time you're going to hear this, most of you. And might be the last time. But those that will be different are those that will put it into practice. I may not tell you new things, but remind you of things that are common but not common practice. So for you to be genius and excel, I will tell you 10 secrets. But before those 10 secrets, I will tell you about the powers of the brain, and which I'm going to call intelligence. Because intelligence are of 3 types, or are in 3 forms. The first form of your intelligence is the innate intelligence. It's the one you get from your mother, from your father. Most of your intelligence, most of the powers of your brain, you got it from your mother. So the parents, the inherited intelligence you get is 1/3 of your intelligence. So if you don't have intelligence in your family, does that mean that you give up? We don't have the intelligence. This thing does not run in our blood. You give up. No. If you are lucky you have the intelligence from your family, good. But the remaining 2 parts of your intelligence are in your control. You are the ones to decide what to do with it. Even if you don't have the natural intelligence, you can build the intelligence. No one is born dull. No one was born that super intelligent. But through your lifestyle, through things you do and the belief system you put to yourself is what transform and make you to unlock the total of your intelligence, which is 63% of your intelligence. If I don't have the 37% of that, I have the 63% of the intelligence through my lifestyle. All right, now let's get to it. The first thing you need to do as a student for you to excel, to get first class, to excel in Nile University, in no particular order, number one is be careful of your food, the food you eat. We live in a world, it might be funny, we live in a world where we eat a lot of junk food because your brain collects nutrients from the food you eat. There are some foods that are very bad for your brain. There are some food you eat, you come to the class, you cannot focus. You fall asleep, you don't feel energy, you forget a lot. There are some food you eat which makes you focus, remember more. For example, you can take avocado is good, broccoli is good, green vegetables, walnut, fish, egg, dark chocolate. These are fantastic food, but not just you to be taking pizza, sandwich, Coca-Cola, all those processed food. They are not good for your brain because you might be 10 in terms of your intelligence, but because of the bad food you eat, you will come down to 2 or 3. Number 2, that's food, right? Be careful about your food you eat. Number 2 is be careful about the thoughts you put into your brain. If you tell yourself you are not good, you are not good. If you tell yourself you are good, then you are good. If you put so much worry, anxiety, fear, anger, hatred, grief into your brain so much, they're going to kill your brain powers. And then number 3 is exercise. Exercise is the most important thing in terms of study, for study. Because as you move your brain groups. Whenever you do exercise, your brain expands. Even if you are not intelligent, if you do a lot of exercise, your brain gets the powers and you become more intelligent. Because when you do exercise, you are sending more blood to your brain, oxygen to your brain, and that's what the brain wants. And then positive peer group. Professor mentioned it. Because you are an average of the 5 people you spend most of your time with. Show me your friends, I will show you who you are. Because likes attract likes. So be careful. If you associate with friends that are not intelligent, you will not become intelligent. If you associate with the brilliant ones, you become brilliant. The next one is clean environment. If you are a clean person, you clean your room, you clean everything, you are organized, you become more intelligent. And after that, sleep. Sleep is the most productive thing in any day for you. Because it is during your sleep that your brain cleans itself of all the toxic molecules that you gather during the day. It was during your sleep that these learnings, this new knowledge get consolidated into your brain. If you learn something and you don't sleep, this thing you lose it. Professor mentioned it. If you sleep, if you read over the night and you go straight to the exam hall, you'll automatically forget because you didn't sleep. It is during the sleep that you get consolidation of this knowledge. And then you need a minimum of 8 hours sleep. Sorry, an average of 8 hours sleep. A minimum of 6 hours. So that you can get your tissue repaired, you can relax, you can do sanitation of your brain, consolidation of your brain. When you have this, a minimum of 6 hours. And it's not about the duration of your sleep, but the timing of your sleep. When you sleep between 11 and 5 a.m., 11 p.m. and 5 a.m., that's when you get the most benefit of the sleep. Sleeping in the morning, sleeping in weekend, won't give you the benefit. And then the last one, or the second to the last one, is new learning. The brain thrives through challenges, through complexity. If what you do is what you already know how to do, you won't grow because growth comes from difficulties, from challenges. So every day have something new to learn. Go to class by yourself, learn something new. And then the last one is stress management. Because if you have too much stress, you study continuously, you're adding so much stress on your brain, you're going to kill the powers of your brain. So when you are stressed, know how to relax. Take it easy. So these are the 10 keys I want you to remember as you go through this. Once you do these things, you will actually become genius. But my last note is on the issue of grade. Of course, grade is very important. I once asked my student, if you're walking down the street and you saw two things on the ground, one is first class, the other one is skills and knowledge. Which one will you pick? First class. A lot of people say first class. Will you pick the skills and knowledge or will you pick the first class? Skills and knowledge or first class? So you don't want the first class. So, Prof, a lot of your students don't want the first class. They want the skills and knowledge. So for me, I want to see a university where we don't associate grades to define people, but I want to see skills and knowledge. How much you can defend that, you prove that you have the knowledge and skill, because some people may have the knowledge and skill, but may not have the grades, because intelligence could be in different formats. Some people are auditory learners. They learn from hearing. Some people are visual learners. They learn from seeing. Some people are kinesthetic learners. They learn by doing. But we are subjected to one form of learning, which is instruction, verbal instructions. So for me, focus on the two. Get the skills and the knowledge, most importantly, then you get the grade. You don't want to be like this lady who graduated with first class and she went out to the labor market and she got all the jobs she applied. But soon, so many responsibilities will be given to her and she could not handle it because she bought her way to get the first class. She didn't earn it. And everyone said, okay, this is a big problem, big task, give it to her. She has first class. And she couldn't handle it because she bought her way to get the first class. And she got frustrated, she resigned. She got to the next job, the same thing, she resigned. She had to go back to her previous university and ask the university to downgrade her class of degree because she cannot carry the first class. First class 2-1 comes with huge responsibility and expectations. So you have to be having the knowledge and the skills to prove that you have the knowledge. When you go out there in the society is rewarding more of your knowledge and skills. We still live in a world where certificate play a very important role. But don't forget about the grade as well. So out there in the world, you can succeed. Even when the professor mentioned Mark Zuckerberg. Mark Zuckerberg didn't graduate with a degree in engineering. Bill Gates didn't graduate with a degree in engineering. A lot of people out there didn't graduate with engineering. That means knowledge is not confined within the school walls. Knowledge is in the air. Skills in the air. You can learn it even without this. So take it as a personal challenge. There is no holiday for you. Every day is new day for learning. Get these skills, make it personal for your own personal growth. Don't restrict your knowledge to what you get from the classroom. So I wish you well, and I look forward to see you in any one of these debate competition or any kind of academic competition between economics department and engineering. And I guarantee you, you guys, you go home better aware of what economics department entails. Thank you and best of luck in the high university.